Used by Bryonians to store field supplies and vital gear. In other words, pop them. Hello everybody, welcome once again to Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. As it's time to get back on the planetary defense system, and apparently deal with a lot of pirates. Or not. You should know who this is by now, right? Yep. Well done.
Space Pirate Gray is definitely not my style. Machines aren't my thing either, so I'll let you get this generator back online. Thanks, Sammy.
Well, we do kind of owe her one. I mean, that was a nice save there. I'll give it to you. Let's do it. Activation panel's offline. Return generator to down position, then touch this panel to activate. Fair enough. I think we gotta go all the way over there. Yep, this thing again. Not a big fan of this. Wait a minute. Oh, right. I forgot the buttons already, it's fine. And of course, the one that tilts it in seems to be a little random. Oh wait, here we go. I think I figured it out. Nope, I have not. Oh great, now she's pulling it back in. You know what? Hang tight real quick. Ah, here we go. I think the problem was I also had it set to tilt up, which probably wasn't being very good. Sometimes setting it to everything can actually be detrimental. So yeah. The point is it's working. And hopefully the grapple will be better too, because hopefully I set it to the mouse wheel. That way, you know, you swing forward by doing mouse wheel up, and swing down by mouse wheel down, so that would make more sense.
Samus, our efforts to slow the meteor have failed. You must hurry.
I'm trying, but unfortunately, it's not quite so easy. Feel free to volunteer, though. Oh, really? Oh, jeez. Oh, that's lovely. Good thing they don't do that much damage. The little peewees in that regard. I just gotta remember to do all of them. Oh, jeez. Well, that's what I get. I was a little too impatient. And it's gonna cost me big time. Or, you know, it'll cost me a few units of energy. Let's try to speed this up a little bit. As much as my computer can stand it. This is just a Wii game, but unfortunately, single core only. I wonder if I did all of them. Nope, I did not. I should have backtracked. That's what I had to do. Hey, do you mind, you little freak? Ah, crap. Being impatient again. That is gonna cost me. I bet you this one is the one. Yep, told you. And of course, the rule of video games, that trope is you gotta do 3 of something for something to happen. Oh, jeez. I am so impatient, aren't I? Although in my defense, it was visibly there, it just was in the process of shutting down, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. Now if I could just manage to not fall. I mean, these ones are obviously easy to not fall because there's literally a barrier right next to everything, but I'm not quite sure if this one is quite as protected. So I'm a little nervous. That one's just cool. Okay, there we go. Oh, and this is where something really fun happens. Guess who's back? The freaking dragon again. It's time for a drop into hell. Oh crap, come on. Hurry up and scan. There we go. Meta Ridley, durable armor, skin, protects body. Fires plasma attacks for mouth. Yeah, you have to shoot him in the mouth. Luckily, I have mouse aim, so this is even easier than I remember. It's a snap. I love Prime Hack. Did I mention that? I freaking love Prime Hack. See, look at that. It almost trivializes the fight. Almost. I mean, granted, you had the Wiimote before, which is still pretty good aim, but it's not quite as good as a mouse, you know? Oh, you want to get up close and personal, do you? Here you go. You can't stop me, I'm the friggin' Juggernaut! How about I just pepper you? How about that? Oh, now you want to get on top of me. You really think that's going to help you? Ridley, no matter where you are in relative to me, it's never going to help you. Trust me on that one. Samus is on top no matter where she physically is. On top of the food chain, anyway. What, you thought I meant something dirty? Well, pity on you. Meta Ridley's already down to half health. This ought to be a short fight. Which is good because... Oh, crap. Well, crap. Oh, well, he doesn't actually do that much damage. You mostly have to worry about falling to your death. Here you go, Ridley. How about some of this? Oh, now you're at the bottom, where it should be. You will always stand lower than Samus, even if you are taller than her. You truly are a pathetic creature, Ridley. And I'm gonna show you just how pathetic you are. Go ahead and cushion my fall, man. I hope you enjoy the fall. Because your fall from grace has only just begun. I am so bad at trying to come up with puns, but luckily, when it comes to dragon slaying, I am much better than trying to come up with cheesy one-liners. Speaking of cheesy one-liners... Hey, buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for the trip.
That was a little too hot for my liking. Well done, Samus. But now you owe me one.
Gee, okay.
I already took care of Generator B, so I'll leave it to you to get this final generator back online. With that, we can activate the cannon.
Damn right we can.
When you're done, head to the control room. I'll meet you there.
You got it, buddy. See you, Mr. Freeze. Meta Ridley defeated. I better hurry this along. Alright, I gotta press it. Scan and all that. Okay, the last generator is now online. Now we just gotta get back to the main room. Shouldn't be a problem. Except that meteor is getting closer and closer. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh, we better hurry this along.
Samus, all efforts to stop the meteor have failed.
Yeah, tell me something else that's new. Oh, wait, I forgot what button is 1. Oops. I don't even remember what 1 is. I should probably try to... Okay, tab, right. My bad. It's the map button. What the hell? Okay.
All efforts to stop the meteor. Now that the defense system is back online, it remains our last chance to stop the meteor.
Yeah.
You must get to the control tower and fire the defense cannon. We are uploading the location of the control tower to you.
Yeah, I know where it is. Well, at least I think so. Yep, as expected, it's back at the center. So I just had to keep going forward. It's really not all that hard to figure out. I mean, it's literally just a stroll back there. No problem, right? No problem at all, I think. It's almost a shame he doesn't have a shield, because I kind of want to test out the grapple beam's new control that I put on it. You know what? I really should start using missiles on these harder enemies. Well, maybe not those things, because those things are actually pretty weak. And I only have 5 missiles. Why waste them on scrubs, right? Oh, right, it's over here. My bad. No problem. 4 minutes is very generous, actually. You don't have to go that far. Oh, great, you again. Well, luckily I've got mouse aim. Makes even shorter work of you. And yes, I will always talk up Prime Hack, because seriously, Prime Hack does make a great game even better. That's not to say I didn't love the Metroid Prime games before. Contrary, they were among my favorite in the series, but trust me, it makes a difference when you have proper mouse control. It is amazing. Some people like to complain and complain and complain. Well, I'm just gonna keep gushing over just how amazing this is. I'm sure you'd rather have that, right? Someone gushing than just whining all the time? Someone just saying, oh, this game sucks, the controls suck, the devs suck. No, I'm just saying, this game is amazing.
You're late. We were about to leave you behind.
The meteor is approaching faster than you think.
If we don't make it to the
My only
top in
chance to
time,
scan
we
these
can
guys.
kiss this planet goodbye.
Hey, relax. We're the good guys. Justice will prevail and all that stuff. Right, Samus?
Here, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do it. Unfortunately, someone else returns, not just Ridley. You're about to see that for yourself. Yep, she's back. You don't want to underestimate her. What did I just say? I love how it showcases Samus' skill, because she's the only one that actually dodges the initial blast. The other ones get their ass kicked. I mean, ultimately, they're all gonna get their ass kicked, but you know. At least Samus was skillful enough to dodge what could actually be dodged. Man, that just looks weird. You can tell that did something to them. They all had some kind of blue voltage field all around them. First clue that something's gone wrong. However, that meteor is about to crash land. Luckily, Samus hasn't completely lost consciousness just yet. Gotta give her credit, she's a tough one. Even when she gets her ass handed to her and she gets thrown to the ground. Oh, I see. You know the funny thing about emulation? It lets you know when something is FMV. This is FMV. That's pretty cool how that basically acts as a redirecting mirror. That way it doesn't have to turn itself. Which is good, because that laser tower looks pretty rigid. Better to have a mirror to redirect it towards. Wow, I didn't even notice. In 480p, in the original, I didn't even notice her eyes rolling over into her head. 1 month later! That's a nice detail that I never actually noticed before. Because, you know, eyes rolling over in head either means dead or at least passed out. Given the fact that she's apparently been in a coma
too. Can you hear me, Samus?
for a month, it's appropriate. Yeah, she
Vital
looks a little
signs are
different.
Stable. Welcome back, Samus. You've been asleep for quite some time. A month, to be exact. We feared we'd lost you.
It's gonna take a lot more than that to kill Samus.
Thanks to your great work, Norion is now safe.
Yeah.
At the end of the battle, we found you and the other hunters all unconscious. Our medical examinations then yielded surprising results. Your bodies are now, somehow, self-generating phazon.
Indeed.
What's even stranger is that there are no negative effects to your health. This led us to investigate if we could make effective use of this phazon.
Really? Well, I'm happy to be your lab rat. Your unconscious lab rat.
During the invasion on Norian, you must have noticed some powerful troopers in new suits. They were wearing what we call phazon enhancement devices, or PEDs.
Yeah?
We integrated this same phazon enhancement device into your armor while repairing your damaged bodysuit. Troopers wearing this device have phazon pumped to their weapons from an external backpack. This gives them an extra boost in firepower. But in your case, think about it. With this phazon coursing through your body, you can fuel the PED using your own internal energy. Pretty effective, don't you think? Why don't you try the PED now?
There's just one catch to that. That means it requires you to use your own health to fire it.
Seal the room. Initiate PED program.
Oh, that's lovely.
Recharging energy reserves.
Injecting one energy tank of phazon into the PED system will activate hyper mode. Press and hold plus to initiate hyper mode. Oh yes, I'm definitely going to do that, and I'm definitely not stalling so that I can figure out that it is actually the T key. Not a worry. See, that shows you exactly how you do it. I'm guessing that if you somehow manage to miss all your shots, like say if I were to do this, okay, she's shielded. She came prepared, didn't she? Right, it auto-vented. After 25 seconds, the overload safety feature automatically activates and hyper mode ends.
Recharging energy reserves.
That way you can't just abuse it. Because normally you can just abuse it, and then you would be able to, because you're basically invincible when you're in hyper mode too. That's another thing they didn't tell you about. You can tank shots while you're in.
You must have noticed during this test that hyper mode possesses devastating power.
Yes.
Over the past month, we've learned the hard way just how powerful our enemies are. To deal with them, you'll need the firepower of the PED suit. Make good use of it.
I'll attempt
Now
to.
that you are familiar with the workings of the PED device, the Aurora Unit 242 would like to meet with you. There are many pressing matters to discuss. The AU chamber is located just off the command bridge. You'd better get going. Good luck.
Thanks. I appreciate the vote of confidence. It seems Samus is getting used to her new suit. Or, rather, new modified suit. PED suit acquired! Press and hold plus to enter hyper mode. Additional data downloaded to inventory screen. Isn't that nice?
You better get going.
Sure. Let me just scan everything first. Biopod. State is normal. The unit is used to perform medical procedures of extreme difficulty. Says a lot, doesn't it? Data file. Yeah, I'll definitely read that later. Phazon enhancement device. You know, it'd be cooler if there was actually some sort of ammo feed, too. So that she's not just relying on her health, but you know how game mechanics are. Procedures involving the biopad? Thanks. Okay, I'm just gonna go now. I mean, staring at you probably isn't gonna do me much good. Well, you could just shoot these all day, if you wanted to. Mounted panel is invulnerable to standard weapons, but can be damaged by phazon-based attacks. You know, just in case you wanted to test it out.
A pleasure to meet you, Samus.
And a pleasure to meet you too, sir.
Welcome aboard the GFS Olympus.
Thanks. Pretty nice place you got here. I'll just move on now. I guess I probably should eventually, right? Don't want to keep that big brain waiting, do we? And I suppose I may as well save while I'm here. It's funny because the PS2 emulator is plagued with problems. You can't even manually save after you've save stated because apparently that interferes with it and makes it prone to glitches. But with the Dolphin emulator, not only is it much smoother, it actually does effects pretty much perfectly, as you can tell. It's in 1080p and it's doing all the effects perfectly. Nothing that I can tell is really missing. But you can manually save and save state all together and it doesn't really do anything. Howdy.
Can I help you?
No, probably not. You don't seem like you can be help to anyone. I'm kidding. You seem like an alright fellow. I'm gonna go talk to the Aurora unit now.
Samus, you made it. Glad to hear you're feeling better. You've been cleared to enter the AU chamber.
It's good to know.
Proceed through these doors and up the lift. The Aurora unit is expecting you.
Yes, sir. Let's do this.
Security clearance 5 granted. Clearance confirmed, G5. Opening chamber vault.
Indeed. Samus has been granted access to basically everything. Or at least everything she should be granted access to.
Step onto the communications platform to interface with the Aurora unit.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's do this. Howdy. That is one opaque tank. It's not going to be opaque for much longer, though. Gotta love the intro. Looks eerily like...
Welcome, Samus Aran. Let us begin. Time is most critical.
It looks very much similar to a certain enemy from the Metroid series, doesn't it? This is no coincidence. One of the trailers even has its chamber straight up look like Mother Brain's chamber.
During the attempted pirate invasion of Norian, it was confirmed that 2 nearby planets were similarly attacked. These planets were named Bryyo and Elysia.
Bryyo is, of course, the next one.
These leviathans have impacted and embedded themselves deep into each planet, spreading a virulent phazon carried inside their bodies.
And that's what would have happened to Norion had we not stopped it.
The leviathans must be destroyed.
Indeed. They're like tumors.
2 weeks ago, we dispatched Runtus to Bryyo, Gore to Elysia, while Gandreda was sent to locate the space pirate stronghold. Like you, they were outfitted with PED devices in order to confront this new threat. We lost contact with all of them 7 days ago, and fear the worst.
FYI, Phazon tends to cause you to go mad. Just something to keep in mind.
In their absence, we need you to travel to these planets and finish their missions. The closest planet is Bryyo. This will be your first objective.
Indeed.
Please be on the lookout for any clues that might help us understand what happened to Runtus and the other hunters.
You're not gonna like the answer.
Good luck.
Thanks. Not that Samus really needs it or anything. I wonder what that opaque liquid is all about. I guess that's just for its sustainability or something. I guess it thins out the liquid so that it can communicate with people. For temporary bounce, of course. Okay, let's go on to Bryyo. Sadly, not too much of it, though. I'm running out of time. Yeah, let's get out of here. Good luck, Samus. Thanks. I guess I'll need it. Let's get the hell out of here. Ah.
Samus, the fleet is now moving to the rendezvous location. You will no longer be able to dock with us from this point forward.
Ah, that's a shame.
Rest assured, we will keep communication lines open and supply you with information when necessary.
You know, only when absolutely necessary, not when it would actually help. I'm kidding.
Good luck on Bryyo.
Fair enough. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go over to Bryyo real quick. I may not be able to do much on that planet, but I can do something. Right, don't go there yet. This is Metroidvania, of course, which means you need certain items to make certain progression. If I went there first, I wouldn't even be able to go anywhere. Or at least you probably wouldn't be able to go very far. Unless I'm mistaken, you do need ice missiles at some point. Not sure if this is the next point or not, though. Actually, yeah, it might be. Well, not the very next item. I don't know what's the very next item, but you know. See, this is basically what I'm talking about. If you look at my Destroy All Humans 2 video, or especially Metal Gear Solid 3, there are effects that either straight up don't work, or in the case of Metal Gear Solid 3, they glitch out. There's some kind of frame buffer slapped over the screen. The PS2 emulator, it's not perfect to say the least. Now, I'm not disparaging the people who work on it, because I imagine emulation development is quite difficult to get working at all, let alone perfectly. But I have to give credit to the developers behind the Dolphin emulator. It is on a whole other level. It's pretty much perfect. Well, yeah, you can see the backside of Samus' arm cannon, but that doesn't really have to do with the emulator. It has more to do with the fact that I pumped up the FOV far above.
The Leviathan seed is protected by an energy shield.
You don't say. Far above what it would normally be, so that's why you can see the back of her arm cannon. If I set the FOV to a normal level, then it wouldn't be a problem, but yeah, I just like the high FOV.
You will not be able to reach it with that barrier active.
You don't say.
We need more data to determine how the shield can be disabled.
Got it.
You are near the wreckage of a downed Federation vessel. If you can use the satellite uplink on the ship, you may be able to access information concerning the seed. Prepare to receive the ship's coordinates now.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it. What do you know? It just happens to be where I'm going. Isn't that a coincidence? Yes. Encased in solid ice, scans indicate that the bioform inside is still alive. Probably adapted to this kind of cold. Used by Bryonians to store field supplies and vital gear. In other words, pop them. Might get energy or missiles and stuff. It's basically their form of health pickup. A lot of ice. Oh crap. Hopper nest. Just trying to get these enemies. Gragnol, lack of exoskeleton makes it agile but weak to most weapons. Excellent. Bioform appears to have been engaged in combat by the time of being frozen. Doesn't surprise me if it was fighting these creatures. Basically, this is you can basically just shoot it down with anything kind of enemy. Sort of like the war wasps in the first two games. Okay, that was quite a freeze. No pun intended, of course. Large Bryyo coffers contain energy and weapon supplies. In other words, you're gonna need the charge beam on this one. Indeed. Luckily, these ones are normal shot. And as you can see, this one's more based off an ancient temple. It really is nice to look at. With the expected puzzles, of course. You can already see there's a bomb slot right above Samus' head. And it's very nice of the game to also pan around to give you a sort of idea of what to expect. Obviously, you want to go to the closest one to you so that you can jump across. And as you can see, it even has the symbols right there. You just have to make your way up there. No problem. It's all very simple. Of course, you can tell they really put a lot of detail into this place. Now granted, the first two Metroid Prime games had quite a lot of detail too, but you can tell they're really flexing the Wii with this one. You can tell this was made for the Nintendo Wii, unlike the first two that were basically just adapted to it. Now that's strange. Alright, Solar Energy Collector provides a means to access the security locks. Enter the shafts to access the locks. Right, you actually have to get to the door first, and then you can do it. Interestingly, those look like intersecting dragons. Like their mouths are intersected. I know that's intentional, obviously. And of course, you get to the first one from here. Just pop it. No problem. I think I'll solve this puzzle real quick, because it's a pretty easy one before I decide to skedaddle. Even if I do end up going a little bit over my time limit. Who cares? See, their mouths are opening and separating. It's a nice little touch. And of course, it twists to let you out of it. You gotta appreciate the little details like that. Like the lighting everywhere. Clearly it's been eroded through time with the cracks. And of course, the fact that everything is just in pieces, too. That's also a very telltale sign that this place has been depreciated quite a bit. Ah, yeah. Severe structural damage detected. Bridge hit by heavy weapon fire. Proceed with caution. It seems those bird creatures... Yeah, Phazon Night Barb. Group forms powerful attack, but it can be overloaded to destroy them. In other words, it probably wants you to use hyper mode, I would assume. Oh, jeez. Maybe I can just shoot them individually. Nope. Eh, screw it. Oh, crap. I fell. I was going to test out the grappleness. Okay, let's see if the control actually works. Good. It works perfectly. You see, I did the mouse wheel up to initiate it, and then I pulled back with the mouse wheel down. It actually feels really natural, if you can believe it. Because, you know, forward and then backward. That's how the mouse wheel works. It just feels good, you know? It feels a lot better than doing up and down the control on the keyboard. I don't know why I thought I needed to do that. Because I used the mouse wheel to switch between beams in the first two, but this doesn't have switchable beams. The beams actually stack like the 2D games do. Because unless I'm mistaken, you get the plasma beam first so that you can basically fix circuits. You can basically... Crap, I'm thinking of the right word here. Well, you know what I mean. You can use it to burn the circuits back together. And then there's a Nova Beam that I think allows you to shoot through certain things. So those just stack on. It's not like the Plasma, Ice, and Wave Beam, or the Dark and Light Beam of Metroid Prime 2. There's basically no reason to use the lesser forms of the beams. It's pretty much just a straight upgrade. Anyway, I'm going over my time limit. I said that I would do the puzzle, but the puzzle has been solved now, so I can say that is it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Make sure to spread this video around like metal orbs. Ah, I see. And I will see you next time. Now go out there and capitalize on life. Peace out, have a good one, and have a nice and pleasant day. Well, that's how you do it. Anyway, see you later. It's actually pretty... Oh, ouch. Bye-bye now.
If you enjoyed the content and want to stay up to date, I upload 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. You can also subscribe and hit the bell icon, or just check out the end screens right here.